Now let's focus on the invoicing, collecting the money from our customers. Again, we've got our order, which is our commitment of products that our customer would like to buy. Creating an invoice can be done at any stage of this order lifecycle. We could do prepayments to collect the money before anything is shipped out to them. We could do partial payments or pay as we ship. Now, of course, we can raise that invoice regardless of how much stock we have on hand. We need to be careful of this. Keep an eye out on those availability columns when you're creating the sales order to ensure you have the right amount of stock. Also, use your reorder report to help you keep stock levels at the right level so you never miss out on any sales. Let's start off with a simple sales order with 2 line items. Now today I want the customer to pay for half of the goods that they've ordered. I'm going to select the line item that I want the customer to pay for. I'm going to use the action cog and create an invoice. An invoice is raised. Again, it's got its own prefix, but it's got the same number as our order number, so it's nice and easy to tie back. This invoice raised is for the product that we have selected. It's got the same quantity, however we can lower this. I only want them to pay for 6 out of the 12 bottles here. We can reduce the quantity being invoiced to 6. Now of course, if you've got one big ticket item and you want the customer to pay for 50%, we could put this quantity at 0.5. We can also see the invoice date in here. Now this invoice date could either be the order date or the date the invoice has been created. We do need to make sure that this is correct, because this will be sent across to your accounting software package. If I raise an invoice today, but I don't complete it until a month down the track, the invoice date may need to be changed to reflect in your accounting software. You can also see the payment terms here. Using this payment terms, we are calculating the due date. Again, this is passed across to your accounting software package. Let's go ahead and complete that invoice. We can see how much has been invoiced in the order on the invoiced column. Now of course, today we have invoiced part of the first line item, haven't invoiced the second one. I could select the items that I want to invoice and use the action cog, but of course there could be thousands of line items in your sales order. To catch all of them that is yet to be invoiced, go under Order and Create Invoice. This picks up everything that is yet to be invoiced, even that first line item that was partially invoiced in our first one. Now because this is a second invoice, it's appended -1. And of course if you had a third invoice created, it would be appended -2. Let's go ahead and complete this invoice. Now both of these invoices have been created and sent off to the customer without anything being shipped to them. So the last piece of the puzzle to complete this order is to get that shipment complete. So let me go ahead and ship our goods off now. Depending on your workflow, you may need to create the invoices as you're shipping them, so they're basically paying for what they've been given. I'm going to create a shipment here, and only part of the order is going to go out. On the Shipments tab, I can use the action cog to raise an invoice for the items that are going to be shipped or have been shipped. That way, whatever was in the shipment will go into the invoice. Now of course, knowing what has and hasn't gone out and creating an invoice to make sure everything's complete, use the order button to help you do so. With the second shipment created, again I can raise an invoice to make sure the amount being shipped is the amount being invoiced.